What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's the beginning of the week, and that means it's time to meal prep. And I have not one, not two, but 3 new recipes for you. But before we get into that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. First things first, I'm going to show you guys how to make a delicious vegetable side dish right in the air fryer. All 3 of these recipes are air fryer specific, but you can make these same recipes without the air fryer by using the oven or the stove top. So as you can see here, we have some Brussels sprouts and some sweet potatoes. We're going to prep our potatoes by chopping the ends off and using a potato peeler to remove the skin. Super easy, guys, just like you see right here. And then we're going to cut the potatoes into bite-sized pieces. The goal here is to make sure that the sweet potatoes are about the same size as the Brussels sprouts. That way they cook at about the same rate and they fit on the fork together, which is what we want because we're cooking them together. So just make it real nice and simple like you see right here. With a nice sharp knife, we're going to cut those sweet potatoes into bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to clean the sweet potatoes off, and then we're going to do the same thing with our Brussels sprouts by prepping those. There we go. Just place those sweet potatoes into a mixing bowl with some cold water. Get in there with your hands and make sure you massage them around. Get rid of any dirt or particulates and then rinse them off. And then for the Brussels sprout prep, we're just going to cut the stems off and then chop them right in half. Those should be roughly about the same size as our sweet potato pieces. I always recommend cleaning your produce when you get it home from the grocery store, but if not, you can clean it up here. Just make sure you dry it off before you put it in your air fryer or in your oven. There we go. We got some prepped and beautiful Brussels sprouts along with our sweet potatoes. Now it's time to go ahead and add these to a mixing bowl. We're going to season them up beautifully. These veggies are going to have so much flavor, going to be delicious for your meal prep. We're going to hit them with some high quality olive oil. You could also use avocado oil or whatever oil you prefer. We're just going to make sure we add some. That way they get nice and crispy and that seasoning sticks to the veggies. So we gone ahead and added about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of garlic paste. You can use fresh garlic or minced garlic as well. And of course, we're using the dynamic duo here, my hot and my original all-purpose seasoning. If you don't have this, you can just use a little salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder along with some cayenne if you want to add some heat. Now we're going in with some adobo seasoning because why the hell not? Use whatever seasoning you like on your veggies, guys. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you prefer at your house or whatever you have in your pantry will do just fine. We're gonna get in there with our hands and massage that around. Make sure that each of these vegetables are covered nicely with that seasoning and that oil. Now that the veggies are prepped, we'll set those aside, and now it's time to move on to the meat. Here I have a beautiful pork tenderloin that we're gonna add some jerk flavor to. I have some jerk marinade from Walker's Wood, some ginger and garlic paste. We're gonna add 2 to 3 tablespoons of that Walker's Wood jerk paste along with 1 teaspoon each of garlic and ginger and some ground allspice. This flavor is beautiful on about anything, guys, so you can add this. If you don't eat pork, just go ahead and add this to a turkey tenderloin or some chicken breast. It'll work just fine as well. We're gonna add the juice of 1 lime to the party, and then we're gonna break out the whisk and mix to combine. There we go. Make sure we get all the juice out of that lime. I'm also going to add just a pinch of cinnamon. A quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients are provided for you in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. We're also going to add some dried thyme here, along with some jerk seasoning. And of course, a little bit of all-purpose seasoning or just a pinch of salt and pepper will get the job done. Now that we've got all of our flavors in that mixing bowl, we're gonna break out the whisk and mix to combine. As you can see, this seasoning or this marinade looks absolutely beautiful. Now we're gonna add that pork tenderloin right into that marinade. Make sure it's coated evenly in the marinade, and then we're gonna let that sit in the refrigerator for about an hour or 2. You could also do this for up to 24 hours if you wanna do it the night before. That's even better. You could do this on the grill, you could do this in the oven, but today we're gonna do it in the air fryer. So get in there and give that pork a massage. If you're part of the pork patrol, just close your eyes and pretend this is a turkey tenderloin. It'll be just as good, I promise you. Now that we have that out of the way, it's time to prep our salmon. We're gonna go ahead and season this up with my hot all-purpose seasoning, along with some lemon pepper seasoning. So we're gonna make like a spicy lemon pepper salmon here, right here in the air fryer. We're gonna season the skin side first. If you don't like the skin, you can remove it. My favorite way, or the easiest way to remove the salmon skin, is to cook it first and then it peels right off, super easy. So we're going down with the hot all-purpose seasoning or a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder. You could throw some cayenne in the mix. A little jalapeno powder is in my hot AP seasoning also. Just to add a little bit of spice to the party. You can go straight lemon pepper if that's your thing, no big deal. Nice even coat on both sides. Make sure you press down firmly so that the seasoning sticks nicely. And then it's time to fire up the air fryer, my friends. We're gonna set the air fryer to 390 degrees for about 20 minutes. That is gonna help these vegetables cook perfectly. I'm gonna spray it down so nothing sticks. We're gonna spill a couple Brussels sprouts, but no big deal. We got it cleaned up. And then we're gonna close the lid and let the air fryer do its job. This here is the Ninja Foodie. They are not a sponsor, but they do make a good air fryer. We're gonna go ahead and move those around every 6 or 7 minutes or so, just to make sure that everything's cooking evenly and things are crisping up nicely. Once the Brussels sprouts and the sweet potatoes are tender, which you can tell when you pierce it with a fork or use your tongs like I just did right there. Once they're tender, you know that they're good to go. We're gonna plate them up right here in this bowl. I'm gonna hit them with some balsamic reduction. This is a nice, sweet, tangy glaze. You can buy that right at the grocery store, or you can make it from scratch. I've showed you guys that recipe before also. Just a nice little addition to the flavor profile for the veggies. Hit it with a little finishing salt and set that aside. That is your vegetable for the meal prep for the next couple of days. Now we're gonna set our air fryer to the roast setting at 375 degrees for about 25 minutes. We're gonna let that go right into the Ninja Foodie until it gets nice and golden brown and beautiful. You can see the jerk marinades doing its job. It's getting nice and dark and caramelized. We'll let that rest for about 7 to 8 minutes before we slice into it. Oh man, this pork is juicier than call center gossip. Look at that. Perfectly cooked jerk pork, guys. If you haven't tried this recipe yet, you've got to give this one a try. This is one of my favorites to make for meal prep. It's also great on the grill in the summer and spring, but today it's good in the air fryer. Look how juicy this bad boy is. Oh man. And that, my friends, is perfect jerk pork in the air fryer. And now it's time for some lemon pepper salmon. We're gonna set our air fryer to 390 degrees. This salmon's gonna cook up in about 10 to 12 minutes or until it hits your desired internal temperature. For me, that's around 125 to 130. And that salmon's just about perfect. We're gonna go ahead and remove that and plate that up on a bed of veggies. Oh man, that looks good. If you're looking for more air fryer recipes, guys, I have 3 ebooks for you right there in my description box. They're discounted. Go ahead and check that out. Here is the jerk pork with those veggies as well. This meal prep is perfect for the next 2 to 3 days. This pork reheats beautifully along with the salmon. Going in for the taste test. Your boy needs a haircut. Oh man, the jerk pork's probably my favorite, but you can't beat the salmon. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give your boy a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the bell to enable notifications. And as always, thank you for your support.